Howdy who, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. It's Wednesday, July 28th. It's the Fed day. We got Jerome Powell talking today. And I think that's why there's not that much action going on in the market yet. We're waiting to see what Jerome says. I guess the Dow is down a little. Nasdaq's up a little, pretty flat. We'll see if he says anything exciting. I really don't think there'll be any change. So, well, we'll see what happens. Maybe there's fireworks later today. Today I want to talk about, short squeeze. I want to talk about Bitcoin, and I want to talk about the VIX. I'm going to start with the VIX. All right, this is a chart of the VIX. Now, a lot of traders, they look at the VIX to find direction in the market. The VIX measures fear index. Right now, there's very, very little fear in the market. Very little fear. We were trading down here at 16 on the VIX, a couple days ago. Now we spiked up to 19, and that is a good size move for the VIX, but the VIX will tell you the direction of the market if you pay attention to it. Now, when the VIX was down here at, was actually right about 17, I took a look at it. And at 17, I looked at the call options, and I looked at the put options. Okay, so the call options were trading for $5 and the put options were trading for 50 cents. Now, that was about a 10 to 1 ratio right there, that people think that the VIX is going to go higher. Now, when the VIX goes higher, that means more fears in the market, which means the market's going to go down. So sure enough, the VIX was trading down here and it popped up to 19. Now, what you telling me today? Telling me today it still wants to go higher, about 3 to 1. The calls are trading 3 times as much as the puts. Now, what this means is that within the next 2 to 4 weeks, we are going to see downward pressure on the stock market. Maybe not today. Maybe Jerome comes out with some great news. Maybe he comes out and says he's going to print another $1 trillion this week. That would send the market higher, wouldn't it? And he could easily say that. That's what the power of the Fed has. The Fed is public enemy number 1, destroying all of your money, destroying your purchasing power. I hate the Fed. I want them gone. I want them finished. But they have power. They do have power to move the market. If he comes out and says he's going to keep printing money, he's going to keep printing money. Now, he'll come out and tell you that there's no inflation. Inflation is transitory. I got news for you. Inflation's here to stay as long as they keep printing money. Now, if printing money is transitory, then maybe inflation's transitory. But we all know printing money is not transitory, because that's the only thing the Fed can do, is to print money. And they're going to print more and more and more money. And that's why inflation is here to stay, not transitory. But I do think that we're going to get a pullback more than we just had. Now, we were down, 300 points on the NASDAQ yesterday? That wasn't quite enough. We're going to get more of a pullback. That's what I'm betting on. I got the XLK puts, and I bet that they're going to pull back some more. We'll see if I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I do. I look at the VIX. I look at options on the VIX to see which way it's slanted. Now, professional traders use the VIX. Professional traders usually know which way the market's going to go. Now, I want to talk about short squeezes. All right. Here's a stock. Now, this is called GameStop. I'm sure you're familiar with this. This is the mother of all short squeezes. Okay, we have a company back here in the pandemic, and it's going to go out of business. It's trading down around $2, $2 a share. But what people noticed is that a lot of people were still shorting it. They were betting that it's going to go out of business. So social media plays a big role in short squeezes right now, because people can band together, because everybody's got money now. The Fed keeps sending you stimulus checks. They keep sending money in unemployment, and people have this extra money, and they're banding together on, let's call it on Reddit. Okay, so they band together on Reddit, and they say, let's get together and buy GameStop. Let's get together and buy it and get a short squeeze going. And they worked It worked wonderful. They were going to stick it to the hedge funds because a lot of hedge funds were short on GameStop, and some of the hedge funds got hurt. But believe me, some of the hedge funds also read what's written on Reddit. They read the social media sites. Matter of fact, some of them, they actually start the social media sites. That's right. They start the movement. So some hedge funds made a fortune on this. Went from $2 all the way up to $500. $500. Okay. Now, this is, well, it was unrealistic. Could have it gone to $1,000? Sure it could. Price is determined by how many buyers versus how many sellers. That's the only thing that determines price. More buyers, price going higher. More sellers, price is going lower. Okay, so we got GameStop. Right now, it's trading at $166, down about $13 today. All right, why is it still up so high? It's still basically a bankrupt company. I mean, it's not getting a turnaround anytime soon. Yeah, it has the video stores, but most of that's done online. GameStop's going to go out of business. Now, here's the thing. They could probably go out of business, and that might send the stock higher. Isn't that incredible? It's incredible when that happens. I mean, Hertz, they declared bankruptcy. What'd their stock do? Shot straight up to the moon. It was a moonshot for Hertz. A bankrupt company now. There's just too much money floating around. The money has to find somewhere to go. The Fed doesn't understand that. They keep printing the money. There's too much of it. It's going to find its way into the stock market, and it's going to send these things higher. Now, my personal opinion. All right. GameStop here at 166 is about worth market cap about $12 billion. Now, when it was up here at $500, its market cap was $36 billion. Now, this is not even worth $1 billion. Not even worth $1 billion. But why is it staying up here? Well, as Bitcoin traders say, we got diamond hands. We're never selling our GameStop. We got diamond hands. We're going to hold it. I'm telling you, it's going to come all the way back down to $5. It's trading at 166. Would I short it? No, because you can get hurt. It can have another run back to 500, back to 1,000. These are not stocks that a lot of people get hurt in them. They're not stocks that you want to be in personally. Now, I'm a gambler. Don't get me wrong. I wish I had that $2 when it went to 500. I did not. But these are not stocks that I've been able to make money on. I'm usually the bag holder on stocks like these. I'm the one that gets hurt. Okay, now if you jump in right now at 166, you come back a year from now, you're going to be hurt. And if you trade for a move, maybe get in, get out, you can make money, but otherwise you're going to get hurt. Now here's the other poster child for the short squeeze. We got AMC Theaters. Now AMC Theaters, oh man, they were down here at $2 also, maybe as low as $1, right? All their theaters are closed. They only have like 1,000 screens across the U.S. All right, so all of their theaters are closed, and they just get this moonshot from $1 all the way up here to $60, right? Now we pulled back to $36 now, but we're not worth $36. They're saying AMC Theaters is worth $18 billion. Now you can do the math. It has about 1,000 screens. I don't know what that is per screen, but it's way overpriced. Now AMC, they're a little smarter than GameStop. What AMC did when it was up here, they said, hey, we're coming out with new stock offerings. You want to buy our stock at $60? We'll sell you all you want to buy. We're going to keep pushing stock onto the market. And it's putting it down. AMC, very smart. Raise cash. They can buy more theaters if they want. Maybe they can get some of their theaters back open when the pandemic ends. But AMC, this is another short squeeze. Down here at $1, shoots up to $60. Now we're back here at $36. Now there is no way AMC is worth $36, but they got diamond hands, the Reddit boys. They're not going to sell. We're going to pump this higher. We're going to stick it it to the man. We're going to stick it to the hedge funds. Now, let me tell you, hedge funds are not getting hurt on this. Hedge funds are making money on this. They love volatility, and that's where they make the money. Now, a lot of people are going to get hurt. A lot of the Reddit boys are going to get hurt. I know that's not a popular view. Popular view is Reddit's going to be the hero. They're going to get the social media groups together to send this stock to the moon. Not going to happen. Already did happen, though, didn't it? But I'm telling you, you don't want to be in these. You do not want to be in GameStop right now. You do not want to be in AMC theaters right now. You do not. You will get hurt. You will get hurt. As a trade, you can take a shot, but you're going to lose money. In the long run, you do it enough times, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose money. Okay, now, what I want to talk about is the short squeeze a little more. How do these short squeezes get started? Now, like I told you before, a lot of hedge funds are actually the ones that start the short squeeze. Like Bill Ackman. Oh, that guy's pathetic, right? Okay, so he's a big hedge fund player, and he shorted Herbalife, and then he started putting out negative articles on Herbalife saying it's a pyramid scheme, all this negativity on the company. But hey, there was Carl Icahn. So you had Bill Ackman, Carl Icahn. They were fighting each other. Two big billionaires fighting each other over Herbalife. Well, anyways, Carl Icahn actually won. He added a couple $1 billion to his net worth thanks to Bill Ackman. Now, Bill Ackman, right during the pandemic, he goes on TV. He starts screaming that the United States has to close all the airports. They have to lock everything down. Now, why was he on TV saying that? Well, he was short the market. 2 weeks later, he comes out and goes, hey, guess what, guys? I made $2 billion shorting the market when he was crying about locking everything down. You see, they're the ones that float the articles. They're the ones that put the news in the media. They're the ones that trade the market. You're playing a rigged game. This game of gambling in the stock market is rigged. You are rigged against, the public enemy number one is the Federal Reserve. Okay, they're your enemy. They're printing money like crazy trying to prop this stuff up. When they get ready to pull the rug out, this will crash. But right now they're putting the money in there. They're pumping it up. It is rigged. You are betting against $120 billion a month of stimulus money going into the stock market right now. It's tough to short the market, to bet against the Fed. The Federal Reserve is public enemy number one, destroying your money, destroying families. They're going to make a lot of people homeless, and they're doing a hell of a job at it. Anyways, I'm not a big fan of the Fed, as you can imagine, but hedge funds are the other one that rig the market. They're dirty players. They will do anything to make money. That's their job. They will float news articles. When they're in a short position, they will float news articles out about the company that says it's going bankrupt. When they're in the long position, they will get that. Look, let me show you something here. Now, this is Bitcoin, a chart of GBTC. Okay, Bitcoin. Now, people say, like, Bitcoin is like, it's sacred, that you can't mess with Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. There's no way to manipulate this money supply. I got news for you. The hedge funds are already in here manipulating, and you got a short squeeze going on in Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin was down below 30,000, and now it's up to 40,000. How did it get there? Well, you had that conference, the B word conference. You had Kathy Woods there. You had Elon Musk there. You had Jack Dorsey there. And they were pumping the Bitcoin. All right, what else did you get? Well, that didn't work all that well. It kind of stayed flat. Well, here came the article out. Amazon's going to start accepting Bitcoin. Bitcoin jumped up. You got this short squeeze going on. Would I be a buyer of Bitcoin here at 40,000? No, I would not. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Bitcoin eventually is going to 100,000. But right now, I think we're hitting the top here. Let me show you why. All right, we went from 30,000 to 40,000. This is a chart of GBTC. You see this 200-day moving average? When it came down here, it was support. But right now, we have jumped right up to the 200-day moving average, and that is now resistance. We are in resistance at 40,000. I think we're going to come back to 30,000, and I do think we're going to even go below 30,000. Can I be wrong? Sure, I can be wrong. I do believe eventually Bitcoin will get to 100,000. Now, why do I think Bitcoin will get to 100,000? because the Fed is going to destroy the dollar, and we need something that is better than the dollar, and people say it's Bitcoin. I say it's probably not the answer, but it might be the temporary answer, and that's going to send Bitcoin to $100,000 with the Fed printing money. But right now, Bitcoin's in a short squeeze. Now, can they get this squeeze going a little bit higher? Sure they can, but then it actually is going to be a good time to short the market. If you get too many people going long in Bitcoin, they'll float some negative articles out there. What will they say? Well, they'll say that the United States is going to clamp down on Bitcoin. They're going to make it illegal. That's an article that they can float out there. They can float out there that, hey, Tether, people use Tether to buy Bitcoin. Tether is supposedly backed by the dollar. They'll float articles out there and say, hey, Tether's worthless. It has no dollars backing it. That'll send Bitcoin crashing. You're going to see these articles. It's being manipulated right now. Up, down, up, down. Elon Musk, he tries to manipulate it. He says, I'm going to accept Bitcoin for my cars. Oh, no, I'm not accepting Bitcoin for my cars. Oh, yeah, I'm going to accept Bitcoin again for my cars. Elon, he manipulates that. He manipulates. He uses Twitter. He tries to manipulate his own stock, but the Federal Trade Commission and the SEC, they crack down on him. They go, you do that again, we're going to fine you more than $1 billion. Now, $1 billion to Elon, that's not much. He can send out all the Twitter he wants. He can manipulate his stocks. Yeah, but Bitcoin's not as regulated. Bitcoin's kind of a free market, but the hedge funds are in there, and they're trading this on leverage. Some people are levered up on Bitcoin as much as 100 to 1. So you're going to get some big volatility in Bitcoin. But right now, Bitcoin's in a short squeeze. It's up to 40,000. Not the time to be buying Bitcoin right now. Wait for it to drop below 30,000 again. I think it's going to come back in. Yeah, it may hit 45,000 first, may hit 50,000, but I do not think the downside at this point is over. I think it's a short squeeze right now, but I think you're going to get a better buying opportunity. And I think that buying opportunity is going to be below 30,000. Will Bitcoin eventually get to 100,000? I believe it could. It's got a good shot at it, absolutely. If you like this stuff, give me a thumbs up, because I'm Tall Mike. Today's Wednesday. Get out there, have a great trading day. We'll see what the Fed says. Get out there and do some trading. Bye-bye now.